As we come to the end of Pride Month, we turn our attention to a pioneering lawmaker whose activism and public service began amid the AIDS epidemic. He went on to sponsor legislation that changed the lives of many members of the LGBTQ community in Illinois. How's retirement?
I'm liking it a lot.
After more than 30 years in city and state government, Greg Harris is operating on his own schedule these days, but service remains at the center of his life.
It's giving me a chance to work on a lot of different issues that are really important to me, like in the LGBT community and in working in some healthcare areas.
Among many issues Harris championed in his long career as a trailblazer. Before he retired early this year, Harris was the Illinois House Majority Leader, the highest-ranking openly gay public official in Illinois history.
The political world has evolved to a place where they will welcome and accept people who are LGBTQ as elected officials and part of top leadership. And there was a time where I think that would have been a struggle.
A struggle Harris knows all too well. As a young man in his native Colorado, Harris was trying to find his place in a challenging environment.
There was always these two lives, like my life as a gay person, and then like the life I felt like I was being forced to present to my family and classmates and the outside world.
How did it manifest itself, these parallel lives?
It's hard. Always trying to figure out who you're trying to be for this situation. You sort of end up like, I felt like trying to be a chameleon. Like what do I do to gain acceptance with this group, especially when sort of deep down I thought, oh my gosh, being gay is this horrible secret that I needed to keep.
Perhaps a big city would be welcoming, he thought, so he took a job in Chicago in 1977. Politics then was not on his radar.
I went to work, I partied at night, and that was fine until my friends started to get sick and die all around me.
The AIDS epidemic was ravaging the gay community. Greg Harris wanted to serve. He and his friends founded Open Hand Chicago. They cooked and delivered meals for those with AIDS and provided companionship for many who had been shunned.
Began to think, well, there's people all over Chicago who don't have these networks or friends or who are ostracized, from their church or their family or whatever, and we need to find a way to help them.
An activist was born. Then Harris himself got some devastating news.
I was diagnosed with HIV in 1988, full-blown AIDS in 1990.
Did you think that was a death sentence?
At the time, because of one of the infections I had, my doctor had said, you should wrap up your affairs. You probably have about 6 months left. People do not recover from this.
33 years ago, Harris threw himself into public service. He was the longtime chief of staff for then 48th Ward Alderman Mary Ann Smith. In 2006, he was elected to the Illinois House. From the start, the new state representative said marriage equality was his #1 priority.
I introduced a bill when I first got in, so that was 2006. It was 7 years of fighting with allies across the state to change the hearts and minds of enough people to pass marriage equality.
7 years of pushing led to passage of same-sex marriage in Illinois in 2013. Harris was given a standing ovation.
Big day for you politically and personally, I imagine.
The personal's more important.
Today in his personal life, Greg Harris has time to pursue martial arts and reflect on a career that opened doors and changed laws.
How do you want to be remembered for your time in state government and in city government, for that matter?
As somebody who went and tried to help some other people.
Greg Harris says as he stays active, he encourages young people to get involved to fight attacks on the LGBTQ community. We cannot rest on our laurels, he told us.